How's everybody doing? Listen, I really got caught up in my work today and learned a great deal. And I told myself that I was going to do a video a day. Normally I would have got out earlier before it got dark, but I wasn't able to do that. But I will say one thing. When God becomes in charge of your life, and certain things start happening that you really can't explain, and at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter except how many people you share with about your life and how God changed your life. I've been studying certain information for many, many years, and it's just starting to come together now. And so there's a saying, it says, you don't let your right hand see what your left hand is doing. And then when you study Niccolo Machiavelli, which was an Italian diplomat who taught a prince how to conduct their business affairs before they became kings. So at the end of the day, when you really understand really what's going on and how to conduct yourself, everything tends to change. So I just wanted to stay in alignment, as I promised that I would keep up the information. So there's a piece of literature that's called Health Research, and it's based on rare and unusual books since 1952, but I think it was before that as well. So basically what this information relates to is nutritional research, natural healing, health, metaphysics, esoterica, religion, and of course the financial aspect. But a lot of what was mentioned just a moment ago, it kind of how can I say it precedes everything? In other words, like when you got everything else in order, the finance comes. But what I'm learning is that the only way that the finance really comes is that it has to come through your thoughts. Because this morning, I happened to pick up my iPhone, and I was looking at my iPhone, and something was in alignment with my thoughts. And then when I was looking at it, I was like, wow, this can only be God, you know what I'm saying? Like manifesting toward what I focus my mind upon. See, what a lot of people don't know is that we're surrounded by a field, if you will. It works 24/7. But what a lot of people don't know is that what you get back is the thoughts that you project, along with all the other stuff that you were dealing with before you began to awaken. Now, what happens when you begin to start awakening is crazy stuff is still happening, but the key is how you respond to it and how you keep your force field reflecting back to you your positive thoughts. Like, for example, I went into this Nordstrom's this afternoon, and as I was going to the counter, because I had asthma in the past, I couldn't breathe with the mask totally over my mouth and my nose. So I think I had the mask maybe slightly below my nose, but not that much, because I was trying on the hat and it dislodged the hat that I had on to try on the new hat. So as I got closer to the cash register, this lady who had false eyelashes on, like she really thought, like, I don't know what they teach him in Arizona, but she really thought she could step to a man, right? So before I knew it, I was already in gear, right? I was in gear like this. I was like, first of all, I was like, I dare you even speak to me, because I'm not talking to you. That's number one. And I don't know if the corporate people told you you're supposed to be the boss or whatever you're supposed to be doing, that you think that it went to your head. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say what else I said in my head. Of course, obviously, I didn't do what I thought in my head, but I was like, yo, she don't know what she's dealing with. For real. I know what I'm dealing with. I know if they step to me, it's all over. I get it. It's not like, 1 + 1 = 2 in China, right? So anyway, this is what happened. The lady said what she said, and it got to the point that I was like, you know what? You really don't know how the pandemic or the pandemic works, do you? It's the humankind that introduced it into human bodies. The next level is your own thought process, where you weaken yourself through what you let in your mind. Boy, I hit her with something. I'm not even going to tell you what I hit her with. But what I hit her with, this other dude came over, and he was like in a sports jacket. So I'm looking at him like, what are you supposed to be doing? Like, what are you doing? Because I know exactly what I'm going to do. Make no mistake about it, right? So one thing led to another, so I went out and rolled out. But this is how I dealt with that. I said, you know what? I'm going to leave that right where it was at, because that's not part of my energy. That was energy that I walked into. And that's why this power is so important, because when you start manifesting the power, certain things start happening, like certain things start being attracted to you, and like it's wonderful. That's the only thing I can say. I wanted to just share a little bit on some of these book titles. It's so powerful, the information. Let me put it like this. The information is at the level that I basically got to go back and look at this again, because I really don't want to just put just anything out there, right? And put something too deep out there. Okay, so look, you got this guy named Hilton Hotema, spelled Hotema, Hilton, like Hilton Hotels, Hilton. He has a book called Man's Higher Consciousness. But he got deeper books than that, but I'm not seeing them right here, but they already in my head right there, right? But remember the name, Hilton, Hilton, Hotema, Hotema, H-O-T-M, my bad, Hotema. He has a book based on how you use your breath to basically create immortality in your cell structure. Now, how you know that this stuff is on point is because just about everybody that reaches this level, they not on TV, they not in no National Enquirer, that, they nowhere. Like, they there. That's how this information works. So I'm seeing it work in my life, and the most important thing that I've made my mind up, right, and I see it happening more and more, and this is really my secret, but there's certain things that you got to go through to reach the secret, and that's this. I have humbly chosen God to be my journeyman. That I am an apprentice to the path of Big G, Big O, Big D. So I don't really hook up with men or people around me to teach me when I have my Father to teach me everything I need to know. But you got to find out the path, because really, technically, there's really no book. And I'm really on it for real. Because guess what I know? Exactly what I'm going to do after I get off this video. But I'm maintaining what I said, and that is one video a day. That's God happening. When you start working in your life, you will know. Peace and blessings.